Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we have a game to check out called Open the Gate. This one was gifted to me by the developer, so thank you very much for doing so. This game comes out today, October 17th, at a price point of about $13. It is 10% off for now. So we have a couple of modes here that we can play in. We have campaign mode and siege mode. Campaign mode is of varying steps. We have to go all the way here to 26 to reclaim the empire for the emperor. So the whole premise of this game is that the emperor has lost his kingdom and you have been tasked with getting it back. So you can see here that I've completed 3 of these campaign missions. I've tried the 4th one a few times. It's pretty difficult. I'll just show you the first one here and we'll go over the really basics of the game. Alright, we're just going to skip the introduction stuff. I already kind of know what's going on here. I played for a couple hours just to get a good feel of it. So this is a side-scrolling kind of RTS feeling type game. We can go all the way over here and we can see that there's a couple of barricades. We're getting kind of close to the enemy land here. There's a little bit of tower, and then this is the enemy castle. So periodically you'll get a little dialogue box that says in X amount of time you will have an invasion. So you have to be prepared for that invasion, because if you're not, guess what? It's a game over. So we got to get ready for that. We have our outpost here. That's what this little guy is, and that kind of expands our territory. So we have only so far we can build with the outpost. So if we try to go way over here, can't, too far away. But we have plenty of space on either side of the outpost, so let's go ahead and get started with the house. The house is going to be allowing up to 6 citizens to join us. That's this number right here, so we'll be up to 14 now. And let's go ahead and get some industry going. So the industry is going to be the lumber camp, the quarry, and the farm. We got the wood, we got the stone, and the food right here. So the lumber camp has to be close to trees, which are all over the place. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to place this guy right here. And then the quarry needs to be close to rocks, which right here and right here. So we'll put the quarry down right there. And shortly, we'll have 2 buildings crafted. And we'll be able to assign how many workers we want to have in each. Now, we can't forget about food. So we're going to go ahead and lay down a farm as well. I found what really works is if I start with about 4 people on all 3 of these buildings. It's a pretty decent start, and we later adjust if we need to. This is a very basic things in this first mission here are additional buildings that come unlocked as you continue to progress through your campaign. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get to the town, and we are waiting to build a treasury. We need 500 stone there. You can see we're at 225, 250. It's going up. And this little thing that's blinking here is the medium house. So we have the regular house for 6 citizens. The medium house is 12. And I will give you one little spoiler. There is a larger house that is 25 citizens. So that it grows in exponentially. Pretty good. Oh, and this last little thing here is money. And once we get our treasury built up, we'll be able to do that. Now, we have 2 citizens available. We need to get a few more. So let's go ahead and build a couple more regular houses. I'm not going to use any of our stone yet because we kind of need some of it. We'll go ahead and we'll get a house down. And we'll get a house down, and let's go ahead and, oh, we need to have the medium-sized house first. So that's why this is blinking. So let's go ahead and get a medium house down. And once that's built up, the treasury will become unlocked, and we can start to gain money. All right, there we go. We got the treasury. Let's go ahead and plop this guy down, put it over here. It's not terribly important where you're putting these things, as long as they're within your range of the outpost. That's the biggest thing that you need to worry about. So we got our military tab blinking now. We are waiting for the barracks to get unlocked, and we'll get that as soon as we get our treasury done. And there it is. So let's go ahead, we'll plop down a barracks and an archery range. We'll get those guys built up. Here's the barricade that we saw in the opposing land. We also have the wooden wall that we can start to build up a barricade. So we have our barracks and our archery range completed now. So for units, we have, to start with anyways, the regular old knight and the archer. You can see that the knight and the archer both need 50 food and 50 coins and 1 citizen. So we're going to go ahead and create a handful of archers. So if you hold shift, you can do multiple archers. If you just left click, you just create 1 at a time. And you can see right here, our archers are being spawned into the world, ready to defend our land. Something that you can do, just like in any other RTS, if you have this little flag right here, the rally point, you can drag this around, left click on it, decide where you want the warriors to appear. So in this case, if we move it there and we go back to archer, you'll see that once this spawns in, our archer will walk over here, and that's the gathering point. So that's going to be helpful once we go down way over here, scrolling over to have our units kind of join us in the back as they get created. So I like to do that. We should have a good amount of food going. you want to watch this little arrow here. You want to make sure that you got food coming in. If we need to adjust that, we can. We can also adjust the taxes up here, but the taxes are going to hurt the citizen happiness, so you got to kind of balance the things. So we're going to go ahead and do normal taxes for now. There will be a building that will help you change the rations that your citizens will get, which will then increase their happiness. You can kind of balance the taxes and the rations out for optimum happiness. Later in the game, you have to worry about that a little bit more. There's things that appear. We're getting a couple archers there. We're gonna get another knight on the way here. I'm gonna kind of just regroup these guys. This flag's kind of in a poor spot, so I'm gonna move it just a little bit. We'll put the knights in front of the archers. When you have multiple units selected like this, we are able to click on either one of them and it will deselect the opposite. So if we just want to move the knight, we left click on the knight, and there we go. We have our knight by itself. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a couple more knights coming out here. We are really hurting on our food. Looks like we're keeping up okay, so we're going to add a couple more workers there, and we are also needing some more coins. So our wood is looking great and our stone is looking great. So let's go to the marketplace and we can sell some of those things. So we're going to go ahead and sell some wood, and we'll sell some stone, and then we'll be able to have more money, which and then will allow us to create more units. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're just waiting on some more food. Add a couple more workers to that food. You can see here in 7 seconds we will have an attack on us, so we have to be prepared for that. We should probably build up a wall here if we can get it done in time. Looks like we're pushing the border of our outpost as well. So we'll get that thing started up, and we should be able to have an archery tower up here, but oh no, our wall is too low. Go ahead and stack the wall on there, and then we'll be able to stack the archer tower on top of that wall. Just a second. And then you can see we got the little ghost figures of our archers, and they'll be able to go up there and stand and keep watch. Let's go ahead and get a couple more archers on the way. You never have too many archers. I really, really like the archers. So if we scroll over here, we can see these are the 2 waves of soldiers that are on the way to our town. We have to defend against those people, otherwise they'll burn through everything and we lose. So we'll get these guys queued up. Our archers back here can shoot through this wall, so they'll be able to hit the people over here. And let's get our knights out front to buy us a little bit more time for the archers to do as much damage as possible. And you can see, here they come. Let's go ahead and select our peeps. And we have abilities up here, so we're gonna do an arrow volley and quickly make work of those guys that were close by. I'm gonna retreat our knights and force these archers to get a little bit closer. Oh, looks like they didn't quite do what I thought they were going to. We'll move in our archers and hit them from back here. Make quick work of these guys, especially with the arrow volley. So each unit has its own special ability. Those archers have the arrow volley. Later down the line, there's crossbows that have explosive bolts, which are pretty fun to use. Looks like we need some more citizens. So we're gonna go ahead and build a couple more medium houses. And we will need to build another outpost since we are kind of out of range of our other one. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll pop that down. Let's go ahead and we'll grab another house as well. See, we need to build near the outpost. It'll be done in just a second. And we'll get that going. We're looking pretty good on money and on food and other resources. We're able to create a handful more soldiers to send out. So we're going to go ahead and we'll make a couple of those guys and we'll do a handful of archers. We'll get these guys on the way. All right, we have a considerable force ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to walk toward these other barricades that are just over here. And we are going to start our first attack. We do have a little bit of wiggle room for citizens. So we're going to go ahead and continually make some more in the background. In case we need them, we'll be ready to go. Next attack in 1 minute. So let's see what we can do in 1 minute here. Take out that barricade. Nice. That went down quickly. We're going to go ahead and move these guys in. What I would like to do before we get our knights too close, I want to try and shoot down these archers here so that our knights don't just get taken out without having any chance to defend themselves. We're going to go ahead and hit these guys. Make quick work of that. And we are going to prepare our arrow volley. And we'll go ahead and unleash that. Made quick work of that little group of opponents there. We're going to send our knights forward as they take down the rest of that barricade. Okay, we're going to continue to move toward the town. We have a wall ahead of us here. So we have a couple options here. What we could do is just wait a little bit for our arrow volley to return, and then we'll do maximum damage on that. Or we can stand over here with our archers and shoot them down from up top. But what we're going to do is get rid of these arrow volleys. We're going to target the lower bit right here. And what that does, well, I'll just show you. And we'll arrow volley. They ran away, but you saw it collapse there. If those people were standing on top of that tower while it collapsed, they would fall and take damage. So it's it's a good idea to target the bottom piece first. We have taken out that wall, taken out this barricade. We're going to continue to move on to the rest of the town. There is one more group of warriors here that we're going to have to defend against. We'll get ready here with our archers. They're already started. Our arrow volley will be ready shortly. Nice. Got those taken out pretty quickly. We'll send our archers and our knights in. Do another arrow volley. And we'll send our knights to these archers and we'll charge them in. And we'll start working on the buildings in the background. Make quick work of those guys. We're going to go ahead and finish up. You have to destroy every building in order to win. Very similar to an RTS, Conquest Victory. We're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, it looks like we got another little wall here that I overlooked. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. Take this down as quickly as possible here with our arrow volleys. Look at that. Quick work of those guys, for sure. Once that's done, we'll be able to mop up the rest of the town. Oh, we got a couple of people over here. A couple archers shooting at us. Taking them out quickly. Make quick work of those guys as well. Arrow volley away, and we're going to go ahead and send our knights to attack the granary here. So, there we go. We have defeated this guy pretty much. We just have to mop up the rest of these buildings. And that is the first campaign mission. Now, sieges are a little different. You don't have to build as much resources on a siege. I'll show you that next. And there we go. We finished up the town. That took us about 15 minutes to finish up, so not too bad for a quick little skirmish there. Our KD ratio is 1.49, not super great. Sieges 1, 2, structures destroyed 15. And there we go. That is the campaign. So that was the first campaign mission. The other option that we have is going to be the siege mode. We're going to check that out. I have completed the first one. It took me a couple tries to get. There are 10 different siege challenges in here. We're going to go ahead and go back to Greenfield. All right, so here we go. So it's a little bit different. So instead of having all your resources at the bottom and you're accumulating them, you have set numbers of things you can build. So we have 12 total units that we can pick out of here. So in this case, if we click this, we would have 6 archers. We have 4 wooden walls, 2 stone walls, 2 barricades, 2 archer towers, and then these are kind of just blockades on top of the walls. So to start with, we're going to go ahead and go over here. There is a slope right here. And then here's the opposing army. You can see they got some catapults down here. And we're going to go ahead and start with our wall right there. And then we're going to go ahead and do a stone wall a little bit further back. And we're going to build up this a little bit here. We're going to go ahead and plop this guy on the stone one. And we do have another wood guy. Let's go ahead and plop that up front here. And then we'll put another archer tower there. And then we'll go like this. And then like this. And then a barricade, I can't put it any further down this way, so we're just going to kind of ignore the barricades for now. I'm going to go ahead and, because I like all of the bunch of archers, I'm going to go ahead and grab, let's do that many, and then we're going to do the rest knights. Now there's a couple other units there that we'll check out in the next wave. We'll go ahead and we'll get these guys in position. So again, we have our knights and our archers. We're going to go ahead and move our knights a little bit closer. We're going to put them about right in here. And then our archers, I'm going to go ahead and put up in the tower here. And we'll also put them in the archer spot right here. And we'll put these guys right here. And we'll leave the other archers in the back there. They're kind of hard to see, but they're right behind the knights there. So if we select everybody, we have 48 archers, 24 knights. Let's get the wave started. So you can see here, they are on the way. Let's go ahead and push up the hill. They have their little commander that comes out, riles them up. So at this point, you could sally forth and engage them, but I'm going to wait for them to attack us so that we have as many arrows going to people as possible here. And then we're going to go with volley. Take out that first wave quite handily. You got to watch this. So now we don't want our people to fall, right? So we're going to take them back out of there, and then we'll put them right behind the lines here. We'll engage with our troops. Continuing to hit them with the archers, keeping them at bay as much as possible. Really engage all of our knights there. Don't have people standing around. We're almost ready for another volley. Let's unleash that. Easy peasy. We took down the catapults pretty well. Let's retreat our knights so that they don't get picked off by their archers. And I'm going to go ahead and sally forth and finish this up. So we take out that little group. Take out this guy. If you take out the regular old units and leave the siege units be, they usually will just disappear at the end. I don't know why I can't click on these archers here. Here we go. Now these guys should just collapse. Yep. So you don't have to engage the siege units, so keep that in mind. All right, so now we're going to be ready for wave 2. So we did lose quite a few of our knights. We did lose 1 archer, so not too bad on the archers. But over here, we have the longbow archer, long range, low damage. These guys have a poison dart. And here's our crossbow archer, short range, high damage. But these guys have the explosive bolts, which are really cool. So we're going to go ahead and grab a bundle of those guys. And then let's go ahead and fill out with a bunch of our knights. Again, let's go ahead and put our archers into the towers. Do this a little bit differently because we have these crossbowmen, which require a closer range. We're going to bring those guys about right there. And then we'll fill in our regular archers. Let's go ahead and start the wave. You can start the wave at any time. You don't have to wait like I have been doing. Just makes it a little bit easier to defend against. So now we have some catapults. So we're going to have to defend against those guys again. And a couple more other people. So here we go. We got to wait. We're going to move our knights a little bit further up. I'm going to select everybody so we can control the abilities. Arrow volley. And then let's explosive. You can see that they got popped up there from the explosive bolts. And I forgot to move our archers, so I lost a ton of units right there. Not good at all. We're going to go ahead and we'll watch for these abilities to become ready. It looks like our knights are doing pretty good work. Arrow volley will be ready shortly, so keep holding on, knights. Oh yeah, they're doing great. All right, let's relieve the knights. Nice. Quick work of them. Not too bad at all. Kind of stupid that I lost my archers, but that's okay. We can get a couple more. So now we have a couple more towers that we can do, and we have a catapult that we can put on top of the tower, which is really cool. And we are going to have to worry about some siege towers this time. So we're going to go ahead and we'll do that. And the thing that we want to get is... Oh, we also have the maceman here that we got now. Capable of knocking enemies off walls. Pretty good for defense. You can put them up here. And then the siege towers that appear, these guys, you'll be able to knock the units off the top of the tower. So we're going to go ahead and we'll grab a couple macemen just so I can show you that. And I'm going to also grab a couple crossbow archers. So instead of the archers going up top, I'm going to go ahead and do macemen on there. We could put our archers in the very tippy top. We'll go ahead and we'll do that. But the rest I'm going to keep down below. And they are going to help us destroy the siege towers to prevent additional units from climbing up top. So we're going to go ahead and bring these guys forward. We'll start the wave. We have our crossbows. And let's go ahead and get our knights and our mace people up front. Mace people up front. There we go. Okay, and then we want to get our archers, crossbows a little bit closer. I should swap these positions. We're going to swap these positions. The reason being is that the bolts are shorter range. You can see our catapult up top started to shoot. And we are going to go ahead and explosive bolts and arrow volley. So it looks like our melee units aren't doing super great. We're going to turn on smash for our macemen. Do a little bit more damage here. Smash again. We got units on top of our towers now. Activate their ability one more time, and they're getting knocked off the tower quite quickly. Not too bad. It looks like we got flanked a little bit here. Got some people hitting us from behind. Not great. Go ahead and do another arrow volley. So since this tower is here, they're going to continuously send troops up that way. And we got tons of explosive bolts ready, so we'll go ahead and launch those. This isn't looking too great for us. We are losing our archers up top. I do have a couple more macemen. Good. I'm not sure about how this is going to turn out here. It's getting pretty close. Arrow volley is ready. We're going to go ahead and launch those. And now they are hitting the second tower. And we are out of melee units and out of explosive bolts. So we are not going to probably win this one. Not looking too great for us. We are about 10 archers, and they are going to make quick work of the rest of us. So, unfortunately, we didn't defend well enough. Look at how many people got through So we have unfortunately lost this first siege. You can see once these guys take out the rest of our buildings, that'll be that. But that's a quick little rundown of Open the Gates. A pretty good one. I like this one. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, it is for sale for $13 starting today. 10% off if you get it right away. I like this one. It's a unique side-scrolling RTS. The artwork is amazing.
You did your best, my lord. But I am afraid we have been defeated.
All right, and there it is. That took us about 8.5 minutes. There's a little bit, a couple things you can do there with this game. Kind of neat, pretty unique, I think. I can't think of a game that is similar to this. A couple of similar RTS elements, but nothing side-scrolly like that. I really like the unique take on the genre. Thank you for sending this game for me to review, and if you check this game out, I hope you enjoy it. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night.